What happens when you put Ron DeSanctimonious, Elon, a failing Twitter platform, a presidential campaign launch together?
Let's see, so, yeah, I think so.
We are kind of melting the servers, which is a good sign.
Just a massive number of people online.
Oh my God! Okay, it's happening.
Servers are straining somewhat.
I'm just trying to get it going because there's so many people.
That's unfortunate. I've never seen this before.
Things are going to be okay.
You get just a f***ing show. Ron DeSantis recently did his launch for his presidential bid. He decided to do it on Twitter. It was a bad idea. The fan. You want to be president of the United States and you decide to launch on Twitter? No way, boy. No way, boy. Today we're going to be reacting to some TikToks off the fallout of that video. And yeah, let's see what Twitter had to say.
To the surprise of literally nobody, launching a presidential campaign on Twitter was a complete disaster. To be fair, both Elon and DeSantis lost billions due to their egos, so it makes sense they'd want to be together for this moment. Now that DeSantis is done casually tanking the Florida economy to own the libs and losing a battle with Disney, he's attempting to rival Trump for incompetency. This launch was fitting for him, because he has literally nothing to show for his time in office except a long list of failures. Here are the facts. In just 4 years, DeSantis dropped Florida to damn near the bottom of national rankings for these kind of important things: healthcare, senior care, and school funding. His radical abortion laws, book bans, and attacks on the LGBTQ community are just the tip of the fascist iceberg. Let's be real, he and Elon couldn't even handle a live stream. So much for trying to run the country, unless it's into the ground.
Oh my goodness, you gotta know that's coming. But you can't be making these kind of mistakes when you're going up against Donald Trump, man. Like, that man is a marketing machine. Yeah, everything she said was just super funny. Anyway, let's look at some of the comments. Glad Twitter limped along enough to give us this moment. Man, and based on the fact he keeps cutting people, they're gonna continue limping. Chroma clone. None of my Florida conservative family even knew he announced until they saw it a few days later. I'm assuming that conservatives tend to be older. How many conservatives or Ron DeSantis's crowd or people are on Twitter? Like, why wouldn't he just do it on Fox News? Guys, what do you think? We love all comments and all comers here, so feel free to let us have it in the comments and let us know what you think. The one thing that DeSantis had over Trump was mild competency, but he blew it. You can't make this stuff up, man. Yo, why would you launch a campaign in an audio-only format? The more I think about this, the more wild it gets. You're going up against Donald Trump. The man has his own social media platform, and he's on a lot of news channels. Ron DeSantis isn't as personable. You take all those weaknesses, and you're like, all right, you know how I'm gonna combat that? I'm gonna hit up Elon and launch on Twitter Spaces? That's wild. Two charisma vacuums teaming up for the most boring, glorified Zoom call ever. Yo, this wasn't even a Zoom call. It was audio. I can't. While we're just cruising through TikTok, how about we watch another video?
Yesterday saw a historic moment for campaign announcements everywhere, as Ron DeSantis announced his presidential run using Twitter Spaces, which is sort of like a Twitter audio hangout room style type of thing, hosted by Elon Musk. And look, even if it had run smoothly, and that's a big if that we'll get to later, it still would have been laughably awful to have one of the most important moments in your entire presidential run, perhaps your entire political career, look like this. I don't know if you've learned this about people, Ron, but they tend to connect better with human faces rather than small icons on a black screen. Plus, you know, the campaign video looked like this.
Well, I am running for President of the United States to lead our great American comeback. Look, we know our country's going in the wrong direction. We see it with our eyes.
No, tell me that is not, no, not with that half-ass audio. That's horrible.
Yeah, I'm obviously very excited to have Governor DeSantis make this.
I feel inspired already, particularly from all the pauses and the fact that I can't even see Ron DeSantis' icon. Oh, it's because he was made a listener in his own Twitter space rather than the host, seeing as he's the man that this Twitter space is supposedly all about. There's also several minutes of excruciating silence, and then this happens. It crashed. multiple times.
I think luckily for Ron DeSantis, Trump got indicted, and we'll see like what happens with that whole scenario. If the United States don't want Trump to be president, the other options are Joe Biden, who's like 90 and just falling down everywhere. And then we got this, Ron, you had to do a dry run. Before we shoot a video, we do a dry run.
Yep. Every time.
Like, I f up shit all the time, but I'm not running for president. This guy is. Yo, you didn't do a dry run? You didn't test this out? No, you have to be kidding me.
Also, I'd like to know who thought having Elon Musk, the most awkward person in the world, host it was a good idea.
You could have hired like a professional speaker. Clearly he fired the comms person.
But they must still have some sort of PR team or consultants on board.
Or just somebody that can speak better. What about Linda Yancaro? You have her do it. That's what she does for a living. Literally, you're probably paying her millions and millions of dollars. How about you have the lady you just paid, the advertising sales executive? Intro, the future president of the United States. No, you have to be shitting me. All right, guys, let's head to the comments. Ron figured the only way to not appear like the most awkward person on earth is to have Elon host the announcement. Damn, Ron, you're getting fried by people in your own state. I heard Twitter Spaces described as, what if radios didn't work? Now look at the private space flight company liability waiver law that just went through in Florida. Interesting timing. Holy shit, that just passed in Florida? Is that a real thing?
Bill now requires crew members and passengers to acknowledge the risks of spaceflight by signing a waiver that contains the following statement. Warning, under Florida law, there is no liability for an injury to or death of a participant or crew in spaceflight activity.
I'm literally speechless. These are the guys that you're gonna trust to go into space with? No. The charisma is more underwhelming than Ron's wedding night. He could have announced in so many other ways. Nick summed up my takeaways. This could be done in just a better way. Like, who's managing Ron DeSantis' campaign? This is just bad. Even when spaceflight becomes affordable, I would not be partaking anytime soon. I'd not be signing that motherfucking waiver. Olivia, I wouldn't even let you sign it.
I would never
like, just no.
sign that. No,
For those watching this video, would love to know what you think. Let us know in the comments. If you like content like this video, subscribe to the channel, and we will see you in the next video.